Now let's talk about Tron.
Wait. Yeah, go ahead. No.
Yes. I want to talk about Tron.
All right, go ahead. I was just going to tease Corey. Like, no, we're not going to do it yet.
Let's talk about Shakes the Clown. In the 1992 film Shakes the Clown, Bobcat Goldthwait plays. Yep. Okay. Now here's the thing with Tron. I just got out of Tron about an hour ago. So
special screening.
It was a
2
special
weeks
screening.
Before, right?
Yes, the film opens on the 17th. I saw it an hour ago. What I want to do here is I don't want to talk too much about the story because I want to keep it fresh for you guys. I just kind of want to give you a couple lines on the story and give you my impressions of the film.
Now, are you allowed to do a review this early on?
Well, here's the situation, is that reviews are embargoed. The way it works is that studios will sometimes say reviews are embargoed until such and such a date. So you can't run the review until that date. Now, what will happen is, inevitably, somebody will break the embargo. And sometimes...
And that's us!
Exactly. Actually, it turns out that's not us. Oh. Because there are a couple, although this is the first video review of Tron. Yeah. That I guarantee you. Yeah. There are a couple
YouTube numbers going up as we're seeing.
Up, because I guarantee you there are online outlets, print outlets, that have reviewed the film. There's a couple. So now that the embargo is broken, you'll probably start seeing more and more Tron reviews come out. But there was an embargo. We don't care because we want you guys to know if the film is good as early as we can. So I saw it tonight. Wade did not see it. He'll see it at a later date. But I wanted to kind of come in here, give you guys a very brief plot synopsis and tell you what I thought. The film, which of course is the sequel to the 1982 original, Jeff Bridges returns as Kevin Flynn. Now, between the first film and the second film, Kevin Flynn has been trapped in the grid with his grid doppelganger named Clue. And so that meant that Kevin Flynn's son, played by Garrett Edlund, has pretty much been an orphan for his entire 27 years. And soon in the film, there's a mysterious message that comes from the grid, and Garrett Edlund's character investigates it. He winds up entering the grid, and he has to find his father and get him out. That is the bare bones of it. That is, believe me, there's a lot more that's going on besides that, but that's really all I want to tell you. Now, I want to show you a clip.
Can somebody tell me what the... Hey, it's got a zipper.
Attention program. You will receive an identity disc. Everything you do or learn will be imprinted on this disc. If you lose your disc or fail to follow commands, you will be subject to immediate de-resolution.
Mirroring complete. Disc activated and synchronized. Proceed to games.
Games? What am I supposed to do?
Survive.
Here's what I liked about the film. And on balance, I liked it very much. It is visually stunning. Stunning. Forget Avatar. Wow. Tron better.
Ooh.
I thought
and not
the
3D.
film...
Wait, did you see it in 3D?
I saw it in 3D IMAX. 3D. And thank you for bringing that up, because for the first time ever, in fact, write this down. Write this date down. Mark is telling you to see the film in 3D. Whoa. Because there is justification. Whoa! Good night, everyone.
Wade's not here.
I know. Yeah. No, but you know what?
I'll pretend I'm Wade.
Wade just walked off the show. There you go. Because there is justification for 3D, because you're entering a world that is unlike the world we live in. So at least there's some justification for the 3D. The movie is visually stunning. It is better than Avatar in terms of the world that is created. It is incredibly well shot. There's a lot of blacks and oranges and a lot of reflective helmets and floors, and the way first-timer Joseph Kosinski directs this thing, and it is so well shot, there's always something to look at. The way he moves the camera is always very clever. He's moving it up, down, around, revealing stuff. You get the light cycles, you get the discs, you get all that stuff, and it is all updated to the 21st century. And again, I thought visually it was magnificent. I was absolutely enthralled all the way through visually, hands down. Better than Avatar, no doubt about it. What I also liked about it was Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges plays 2 roles, and the film doesn't have a whole lot of humor. Most of the humor is Jeff Bridges, who uses like terms like far out and radical because he's been stuck in the grid, and basically he's just kind of a big hippie. And Michael Sheen, who played Tony Blair in The Queen, shows up in a very funny little kind of extended cameo as a Ziggy Stardust style pub owner, and he's very funny too. Otherwise, it's a fairly dour film. And what I liked about the film also is that it is pretty dour. There's something very sort of apocalyptic about it. The score, which is from Daft Punk, who I don't know who the hell they are. Daft Punk, what do I know? I don't know who they are. Are they a rock band?
You're hip.
They're German.
Who are they?
Techno.
Techno? I have no idea. Very good score.
We could say any band. You'd be like, I don't know.
It was Kraftwerk. It's very. It was 99 Luftballons. That girl, she did it.
Wow.
Pretty good, right? Good 1980s call. Oh, Tron, 1980s callback.
Yeah.
It's all coming together. Score very, very good. And I like the fact that it sort of had that apocalyptic dour feel to it. So visually, it cannot be beat. What I didn't like about it didn't really bother me as much. The film is very reminiscent of The Matrix and Star Wars. Corey,
Corey is actually covering his ears right now. He's doing this.
What I didn't like about it, and I covered my ears.
He's doing this.
He really did, by the way.
He is.
And the camera's not even on him. He's just doing it because it's truthful.
Yeah, he actually does not want to hear this. He's not doing it as a joke.
Should I whisper it, Mike? What would you like me to do?
No, you got to tell it. Sorry, Corey.
What I liked less about it is that a lot of the film is very reminiscent of The Matrix and Star Wars. There's a lot of, in fact, there's even a scene in the film where I was thinking, oh my God, if they actually give you that line of dialogue, this will be Star Wars. And you'll know what I'm saying when you see the film, and you should see the film. Also, what really makes these things work, especially in these sci-fi worlds, is the relationship between the characters. And here you have a father and son reuniting, and you wanted that to be the emotional core of the film. You wanted them to get together, you wanted them to escape together, but the thing is that because this is such a technical achievement, it doesn't have that emotional resonance that I think it should have had, and I don't know that the filmmakers really necessarily had the acumen to pull off, because again, it's really more about the special effects. So it doesn't really have the resonance that it needed regarding the father-son story, the emotional core of it. A lot of it is reminiscent of other sci-fi films, which I didn't really knock it that much for. But I think ultimately you won't care. Also, I have to say too, may I just say one more thing I didn't like about it? Corey, hang on, Corey.
Well, he's covering his ears again, and go.
In the trailer, there are shots of the Jeff Bridges character as a young man, and those shots did not look very good. And I was desperately hoping that those shots didn't look good because they used maybe temp shots in the trailer. Well, the answer is that's the final rendering of young Jeff Bridges, and it does not look good. And it's funny because everything else is, again, stunning. That it had the same, that the young Jeff Bridges character had the same dead-eye look that you saw in all those bad mocap films that Robert Zemeckis was doing 5 years ago, that basically technology has kind of really moved beyond that. That's why I'm surprised that Kaczynski couldn't get a better rendered young Jeff Bridges character. So that took me out of the film. But on balance, I liked it a lot. It was visually fantastic. Oscars all around, better than Avatar visually. So I thought it was a worthy successor to the original Tron, given the fact that it didn't really have that emotional punch that it needs. Now, Wade has not seen it. Don't know what he thinks. I know he's a little worried about it, and I haven't talked to him.
Well, we'll probably still do when you guys come back, because that will be Tron week. We'll do another summation of this between the both of you. I'd like to hear you guys definitely both talk about it.
I gotta say this again?
No. You'll talk about it.
What I said last week,
Wade
and just
will hate
next
it,
week.
You'll argue with him.
Okay, that never happens, except every week.
Then he'll make a point for no 3D.
You know what? I think he'll buy the 3D, because again, there's a narrative justification for the 3D, because you're entering this grid world.
But people say that about Avatar too. There was a reason, because it's a different type world.
No, not really.
Well, that's what they said though.
You know what? I don't like Avatar. Avatar, it's fading in my mind.
Yeah, let's not even talk about it.
Lame. All right,
and that was the Tron.
That was the Tron review. There it is.